This review is on the Philips AVENT 4-in-1 electric steamer sterilizer for use with bottles, pacifiers, binkies, and other things. So we're going to go over a few of the features of it and see if this is the right sterilizer for you and your baby. Okay, here's a small basket that fits inside. One thing to note is that it is small. So if you want to put a larger bottle in, for one, you can put it in sideways, but that doesn't really work to help it steam. If you put them in from the top, then you have a real difficult time actually getting the top part here to seat. So it's hard to kind of show it while filming, but the bottles are, for whatever reason, are just a little bit too big to actually be used just to sit straight up and down. So it's a real odd design feature, which means that this really doesn't expand that well with you and your child. So it's great for small bottles. For larger bottles are just about a 1/4 inch too large. What I dislike about the Philips AVENT sterilizer here is that the directions are pretty poor. The baskets fit in, but they don't. It makes it difficult to see how they fit in. You've got one picture total in the whole diagram. So you've got it in several languages, but only one picture. So it'd be nice if the directions were a little bit more clear and all-inclusive. Okay, the Philips AVENT's now in operation. You can't see it, but if you were to put your finger in front of that little plug hole, you'd get burned, because that's where the steam is exiting. Again, 6 minutes and it's done. Give it a few more minutes to cool off, and everything that's in it is cool. A couple more notes. Again, the top is great for pacifiers. The nipples on the bottle, all of the accessories for it. The bottom part inside the small basket is good for smaller bottles. However, again, for whatever reason, a Dr. Brown bottle doesn't seem to fit. If somebody wants to comment on my review and tell me possibly how they do fit, I'd be happy to hear. Or maybe other types of bottles surely would probably fit too. But for Dr. Brown's natural flows, they're just a little bit too large. I put some notes in on the video itself, but you can see I did use the Philips AVENT 4-in-1 sterilizer for sippy cups, and unfortunately it melted them. It wasn't real noticeable, but it put them out of round, and it actually rounded off the bottoms, so to the point where we had to throw away all the sippy cups. So this is not to be used for sippy cups or other things. You'll find that it just gets too hot. So this is primarily only for bottles, and the accessories for bottles, and maybe pacifiers or binkies. Outside of that, really can't be used. So the Philips AVENT, I'm going to give it really 2.5 stars, 3 stars. It works very well for bottles if it's the correct size. Again, you can't put the full-size Dr. Brown bottles in it. It gets too hot for sippy cups, so any kind of other plastic accessory isn't really usable. So there are a couple features on this that I really don't like. If you're using it only for small bottles, I would give it 5 stars, but as far as flexibility and sterilizing other things, it's pretty limited.